Okay, we've got exciting news and not so exciting news. On the one hand, we have some sort of semi news about BTS' long awaited full group comeback next spring, complete with a new album and a world tour on an unprecedented scale. And on the other hand, Jimin yet again has made headlines after his agency Bighit confirmed that he did, in fact, share a brief relationship with actress Song Da-eun years ago. Um, why don't we finish on a positive note? Okay, so let's get through this first. So it started with this exclusive article released on August 31st, titled Exclusive: BTS Jimin and actress Song Da-eun already broke up long ago. Why post a 4-year-old photo? BTS member Jimin and actress Song Da-eun were confirmed to have ended their relationship a long time ago. According to Money Today's reporting on August 31st, Jimin and Song Da-eun briefly dated around the time of his military enlistment, but later broke up. The recent video of Jimin that Song Da-eun posted on social media is said to have been filmed during that period. An industry insider familiar with the matter said, Jimin and Song Da-eun only dated briefly in the past. Most of the photos and videos she uploaded on social media were filmed back then. Another source added, it's unclear exactly when they dated, but they are definitely not together now. Remember, Jimin has been serving in the military from 2023 until recently. The source also noted, it's hard to understand why Song Da-eun keeps posting old photos and videos on a recurring basis. And that is an exact same question that I have that I don't even care about the answers for. Sorry. Money Today, this particular media agency, Money Today reached out to Song Da-eun's side via email for comment, but did not receive a response. And then the article says, Song Da-eun previously caused a stir during a live stream this past June, targeting Jimin's fans by saying, if your favorite idol loves me, that doesn't make me a target for hate. It's not like I seduced him first. And warning, if I really lose my temper, I don't know what I might spill. More recently, she even revealed a video filmed at Jimin's residence in 91 Hannam, Yongsan, Seoul. However, the video was reportedly not filmed recently. Thanks for that detail that I did not really care about his residence. And yeah, I only knew about this I didn't know about this until recently. Thanks to this controversy, we are getting to know about a lot of stuff that we originally do not really care about. Now, the article says, if it turns out Song Da-eun disclosed the footage taken at Jimin's home without his consent, she could face legal consequences under Korea's Information and Communications Network Act, including charges of invasion of privacy and breach of secrecy. The maximum penalties are up to 7 years in prison or fines of up to 50 million won for invasion of privacy, and up to 3 years in prison or fines of up to 5 million Korean won for breach of secrecy. So that was the exclusive piece by Money Today, released on August 31st. Now, according to some sources, this became a part of the reason why Bighit came up with their own statement, because eventually, later on, this happened. Something that happened years ago. BTS dating rumors finally addressed. Jimin and Song Da-eun put an end to speculation. So here's an article from today, September 1st. BTS member Jimin has broken his silence on rumors of a relationship with actress Song Da-eun, officially putting the speculation to rest. On August 31st, his agency Bighit Music released a statement regarding the dating reports. They did share mutual feelings and maintained a connection in the past, but that was years ago. They are not in a relationship now. Since 2022, Song Da-eun had repeatedly stirred headlines by publicly fueling rumors of a romance with Jimin. Each time, Jimin's side remained silent, which left the public uncertain and the rumors lingering. This time was different. A recently posted video clearly showed Jimin's face, making the rumors difficult to dismiss. Still, Jimin's side refrained from commenting at first, staying silent for 3 days before finally issuing an official response on the 4th day. The timing coincided with another media outlet reporting that the relationship had happened long ago, which made it inevitable for the agency to speak up. And by that, they are referring to this Money Today article. Following the agency's statement, public sentiment toward Song Da-eun grew more negative. Many, especially fans, criticized her for lacking consideration by unilaterally publicizing the alleged relationship. Her reasons for releasing such videos at this point remain unclear. Indeed, yeah. Some speculate she may have done so to defend herself against a wave of online criticism from Jimin's fans, hoping to prove her claims. Still, rather than sympathy, the prevailing view is that she reignited an unnecessary controversy involving the world's top idol group. Song Da-eun has yet to issue her own response to Bighit Music's clarification. After nearly 3 years of self-driven rumors, the matter now seems to be closing, leaving behind only a bitter aftertaste for both sides. Jimin and his fellow members are currently preparing for a full group comeback with a new album next spring. While some feared the sudden dating scandal might impact them, it appears to have had little effect on their activities. So that's how the article ends, and this is the official statement by Bighit. Our company has refrained from making statements out of respect for Jimin's personal life and the individual involved. However, as speculation about the artist's private life has grown and false rumors have continued to spread, we are compelled to provide clarification of the basic facts. The artist and the individual in question did share mutual feelings and maintained a connection in the past, but that was years ago. They are not in a relationship now. We ask that people refrain from making unfounded assumptions about the artist's private life. We also earnestly request that everyone avoid actions that could cause harm to the individual mentioned alongside the artist. Now, I know a lot of overseas fans are unsure if the statement is real, mainly because it was released through the press rather than through the usual BTS / Bighit / HYBE channels. Now, HYBE and Bighit have several different ways of releasing official statements. For example, the HYBE corporate website, or the BTS Weverse community, or the official BTS social media accounts. But when the issue is tied to media reports or controversies, the company often chooses to distribute a statement directly through news outlets. So this is not the first time it's happened. And that way, the clarification appears in the same space where the rumors are spreading and can be quoted directly by journalists. So yeah, even though it didn't go up on Weverse or BTS Twitter, I mean, it would be kind of weird if, I don't know, the announcement is made on Weverse community or Big HYBE corporate website. But anyways, even though it didn't go up that way, it still is an official Bighit statement. And this method of releasing through the press is pretty common practice, especially for sensitive issues that are already being covered by the media. And also, I have seen that some fans, I'm not going to generalize here, some fans were offended by the last sentence that goes, "We ask that people refrain from making unfounded assumptions about the artist's private life. We also earnestly request that everyone avoid actions that could cause harm to the individual mentioned alongside the artist." And those people are saying that Bighit is making us look like we are the perpetrators and Song Da-eun is a victim. But I don't think Bighit or HYBE intended that line to defend Song Da-eun at all. That closing language is basically standard legal phrasing they use in almost every personal life related statement. And the ages, but I just want to say that I was kind of surprised by the fact that they came up with any statement, because remember, I said that it will be totally understandable and make sense if Bighit doesn't, come up with an official response and let the controversy die down, even though, a lot of fans are clamoring for an official response. But I guess, as suggested by this particular article, this exclusive piece by Money Today kind of gave them no choice but to release an official statement. I don't know, but I was kind of surprised. But anyways, the agency's primary concern in these situations is minimizing liability, right, and protecting themselves, the artist, and even third parties from further harm. And I guess if they were to single out Song Da-eun negatively, that could open the door to defamation claims and more controversies and more noises, which I have talked about in my previous videos. So instead, they use neutral wording like please refrain from reckless speculation about the artist's private life. We also ask you to avoid actions that could cause harm to the individual being mentioned alongside the artist. I guess that particular word, 피해, harm, was something that offended some fans, but yeah. In other words, it's not really about siding with Song Da-eun. It's about keeping the company's tone neutral and professional while legally covering all bases. That's how I interpret it. Also, some fans feel that HYBE and Bighit are wording the statements so carefully because they don't know what Song Da-eun might do next. So the company is protecting itself legally by staying neutral. And that's a very realistic take because, well, first of all, agencies are always cautious about defamation as escalation, like I said. But also, based on what we have seen so far, the woman is not that of a stable individual. And I will just stop there. And I'm kind of concerned about what she might do next to others and to even herself. And I think in an ideal world, the best case scenario is everyone, including fans, agencies, and the media, and even me, you just stop paying attention to her altogether. That's the ideal scenario. But of course, things are not that ideal. But anyways, at the same time, other people think that Jimin's own personality may have influenced the tone of the statement because Jimin is known for being humble and often taking on more responsibility than he really should. So some fans believe that he might have said something like, "This is my fault," for once being involved, with someone like that. I will take the blame and move forward. This is what some BTS fans, Jimin fans have said on social media. Korean Army, okay? This is a particular Korean Army's comments. And that could make sense. I mean, I'm not going to speculate, but one thing that I'm pretty sure is that the agency must have communicated closely with Jimin throughout this whole saga, and especially before making the statement, given Jimin's status. And I mean, that's what the agencies do, reliable agencies do when they take care of artists' personal matters and rumors, right? But anyways, I think that the statement almost certainly went through Bighit's legal and PR teams, which explains the neutral and formal language. But yeah, it's also true that BTS are senior artists now, and Jimin's input could have shaped how the message was framed. So rather than defending her, the statement reflects two things: legal caution from the company to prevent further conflict, and possibly Jimin's own character, which leans toward humility and taking responsibility quietly. But who knows? Now, this was interesting. Another K-Army was so frustrated that they used ChatGPT to draft their own statements on behalf of Bighit and saying that theirs is much satisfactory. So let me read this just for fun. Official statement. Hello, this is Bighit Music. We would like to address the speculation and controversy surrounding BTS Jimin's private life in connection with a certain video that has recently spread online. The video in question was filmed in a past personal situation. Distributing or releasing it without the artist's consent is a clear violation of privacy and portrait rights. We take this matter very seriously and are actively reviewing all possible legal measures to protect our artist rights. In addition, excessive speculation and rumors spreading based on the artist's past personal relationships are different from the facts and are causing significant harm to the artist. We will respond strongly to baseless rumor mongering and malicious posts. We will continue to do our utmost to protect the reputation and private life of our artist. We sincerely ask fans to refrain from indiscriminate speculation and the sharing of false information. Thank you, Bighit Music. Now, what do you think? This draft is much stronger and more direct than the real Bighit statement because it explicitly frames the video release as a violation of privacy and portrait rights and even states that all legal measures are under review. And that tone is closer to what some fans wish the company would say. It sounds protective and decisive. But it's also a bit unrealistic as an actual corporate release because, again, like agencies in Korea usually avoid such aggressive legal framing unless they have already filed a lawsuit. And in this case, it involves a particular individual that they have no idea what she's going to do next. So by using softer, more neutral wording, the real Bighit statement leaves room for legal flexibility while avoiding the appearance of publicly attacking the other party. So in other words, the ChatGPT version is ideal from some fans' perspective, like being strong, no nonsense, and reassuring. But I guess the real version is safer, quote unquote safer from a corporate and legal perspective. But I don't know. You're welcome to tell us about your own thoughts. Anyways, here is a transition into the next part of this video. So this article says, Jimin admits to past relationship, but HYBE's stock price barely moves. Why? It's an article by an economist, one of Korea economy-related media agencies, by Kim Do-chung. BTS member Jimin became the first among the group to acknowledge a past dating rumor, yet HYBE's stock price showed only a slight dip, holding relatively steady. Analysts say investor sentiment is anchored more in expectations for BTS full group comeback next year and the debut of new boy group Cortez. On September 1st, HYBE closed at 285,000 Korean won, down 0.7% from the previous trading day. Is that true? Okay, yes. Despite Jimin admitting to his past relationship the day before, HYBE stock fluctuated only slightly throughout the session, trading within a narrow band before ending marginally lower. On August 31st, I'm not gonna read this thing, the clarification came just 4 days after Song Da-eun sparked rumors by posting a video of Jimin on her social media account on August 27th. Although BTS members have faced dating rumors before, this marked the first time the agency has ever officially acknowledged one. In the financial sector, however, focus remains firmly on BTS' long-awaited full group comeback, the first since all members completed their military service. Yu Sung-man, an analyst at Leading Investment and Securities, said BTS, who are expected to drive HYBE's earnings and stock performance, are scheduled to return in the spring of next year, most likely late Q1 to early Q2. As a result, BTS-related revenue from digital releases, albums, concerts, merchandises, and paid memberships are expected to start contributing significantly to HYBE's performance, beginning in the second quarter of 2026. Meanwhile, expectations are also high for HYBE's rookie lineup. The label's new 5-member boy group Cortez is set to release their debut album on September 8th. Their pre-release content, including the music video for the title track What You Want, dropped on August 18th and has already surpassed 16 million cumulative views on YouTube. Shout out to Cortez. They are doing a great job, at least from my perspective. Kim Hyun-yong, an analyst at Hyundai Motor Securities, noted the group shows a step forward from existing K-pop acts, with every member involved in album production and music videos made for all tracks. Now, put aside Cortez-related news. So, indeed, HYBE stock fell only marginally lower on September 1st, but it did fall for the past 5 days by 3%. So, some people might say that, here is the evidence that the dating rumors affected the stock price. But we gotta, take some context, because other entertainment companies have also fallen. SM by 3% for the past 5 days, YG by 2.6%, JYP by 5%. Okay, so stocks naturally rise and fall and fluctuate. So we cannot simply look at just HYBE and say that this is the reason why the stock is rising or falling. We gotta always compare with similar players in the same sector. Also, Samsung Electronics, which is number one in terms of market cap in Korea, has fallen by 4.5%. So it has more to do with the overall market sentiment. So indeed, the dating rumor had limited impact. And now let's talk about relatively more exciting news. BTS comeback. So here's an exclusive piece that came out on September 1st, titled "Exclusive: BTS to return as a full group next spring." And as soon as I read that headline, I was like, yo, you are like 2 months late. Remember the OT7 Weverse Live when the BTS members themselves said next spring? So I was like, there is absolutely nothing new about this article. But then it did contain some sort of news. So this is the Weverse Live that I was just talking about. Anyways, this article was written by Lee Seung-hoon of Star News. They said, global superstars BTS are gearing up for a full group comeback. According to an exclusive Star News report on the 1st, BTS are currently focused on producing a new album with the comeback slated for spring of next year. Now, March being the most likely timeline. So I guess that tidbit is the exclusive information that they are writing an article about. March being the most likely timeline. Okay, that's kind of a news. Now, an industry insider told Star News, BTS will soon be filming a music video for their new song in the US. The concept, mood, and visuals for the album have already been finalized, and recording is currently underway. Interesting. All right, so even though the members have recently come back to Korea, which we got to know about thanks to RNX TV, which is a channel that I personally do not appreciate because they are kind of on the verge of intruding the members' privacy, because other than this channel, no other the public didn't know about their plans to come back to Korea. No other news channels were present on site at the airport, at least from what I know of. But anyways, the members are back. But I guess according to this article, they might head back to the US to film a music video, which is interesting because Jungkook during his recent live stream said that even though he personally doesn't have a plan to go back to the US as a group, he might. So if this is true, that's what is gonna happen. But of course, we gotta take with a grain of salt. Okay. And also the article said the concept, mood, and visuals for the album have already been finalized, and recording is currently underway. All right, that's pretty exciting. But again, take it with a grain of salt. But sometimes insiders have some inside information, and I look at HYBE stock analyst reports, and they sometimes have some information that the public doesn't know about, like the comeback plans of different artists. Okay, now this will mark BTS' first new full group track in about 3 years, following the June 2023 release of their 10th anniversary single Take Two. That track had been recorded prior to the members' enlistment, and with the release of their June 2022 anthology album Proof, BTS entered their military service hiatus. BTS plan to kick up a world tour alongside the release of their new album next spring. I think here on it doesn't have any new information. Yeah, so I'm gonna skip. Okay, but that sentence, one or two sentences, are the new information contained within this exclusive piece. Did you find it exciting or underwhelming? Let me know about it. Now, speaking of which, that made me to look into recent reports on HYBE. And this is a piece by Leading Securities titled Rising Expectations Over Time. And second paragraph, it says, BTS is scheduled to make a full group comeback in the spring of next year, which is expected to drive the company's performance and share price. The group will return with a new full-length album, and has plans for a global tour on a scale surpassing previous K-pop world tours. While the world tour schedule remains undisclosed, all dates have already been finalized. Starting from the second quarter of next year, BTS-related revenue streams, including digital music, album sales, concerts, merchandise, and paid memberships, are expected to meaningfully contribute to the company's results. Okay, so this is also sort of something that we have already guessed about, but yeah, full-length album and concert on an unprecedented scale, with all the dates have already been finalized. So that's pretty exciting. But again, take it with a grain of salt. And then it says that they are upgrading their target price for the stock to 400,000 Korean won. All right, good. Anyways, that was it. But let me open it up to you. So we have an exciting news as a BTS comeback, and not so exciting news is Jimin has been making headlines. But hopefully this statement will end all these noises. Fingers crossed. And Jimin has always been known for being humble and self-reflective. Now, do you think he might be carrying more of the burden than he needs to right now? And BTS and ARMY have faced many challenges over the years. Do you feel this situation will truly impact their bond or their comeback plans? And HYBE's statement, Bighit's statement, was cautious, and some might say it was professional. But would you prefer the company to be more aggressive in protecting Jimin, or do you think their approach was the safest in the long run? And what else? Another question. The comeback and world tour are just months away now. Do you think fans' energy, ARMY's energy, and focus will shift quickly back to the music, or will this issue, noise, controversy linger a bit longer? And as fans, what's the most supportive way we can respond? Is it by ignoring the noise, by openly defending the artist like Jimin in this case, or by focusing on BTS upcoming projects? Or anyways. And do you think moments like this highlight the downside of being a global superstar, or are they simply part of the reality that BTS and ARMY have already proven they can overcome? Let me know your thoughts by writing comments. And by the way, I decided to channel all these frustration and negativity into a song titled Everything Will Be Okay. Some of you may have already watched it, so go check it out if you're interested. Okay, hopefully that song could potentially comfort you if you have been feeling distressed for any reasons. All right, thank you guys. When you write comments, let's stay positive, respectful, and classy. Peace and love. Bye bye.